Well, I guess we can move on to the Battletech figures that are coming out. You got some lances that are gonna preview now. Are those are all gonna be plastic now?
Yeah, it's all plastic. So the previous Battletech box set, on the whole, we were exceedingly happy with it, except for the 24 plastic miniatures. It just problems on the production side. They just really weren't.
That goes back a couple
That
years.
was back a year or two, and the mini quality just was not very good. And so we decided we moved the entire. It's actually why it was out of print for about a year or so, because we had to move the entire production to a brand new company. We had all new molds done. So while it's the same miniatures that were in previous Battletech box sets, the quality was exponentially better. They're really nice mechs. And there's 24 of them. They're ready to play. You open up the bag and drop them out, and you're ready to play and go. Yet, if you're a hobbyist and you love painting, they take paint great. And so what we've done is we're trying to expand that. And so we have Lance packs, which is going to be 4 mechs. There'll be 2 that are the same from the box set, and then 2 that are brand new that haven't been done before. In addition to that, you can take those Lance packs and play them perfectly well with the introductory box set. We also, however, last year published something called Alpha Strike. And Alpha Strike is kind of a pure tabletop style of play, where you can, an evening of Battletech of, say, a company on company might take 3 to 4 hours. And an Alpha Strike is 1.5 hours to do the same thing. It also allows you, because I always go insane with these, and it also allows you to do, super giant ones in an evening as opposed to the weeks it might take.
Good thing we don't live close together.
Yeah. So in addition to the 4 mechs, there will be 8 Alpha Strike cards as well, so that you can easily play it with Battletech and introductory box set and Total Warfare and that whole line. Or if you're new into it and just want to grab Alpha Strike and give it a try, you can quickly build up your army that way. We actually have had a lot of questions about, hey, what about Ironwood Metals and the metal miniatures for Battletech? And Mike Noe and his team have always been wonderfully supportive of plastics, because they know, as we've proven, that even if we go crazy wild and in the next couple of years we publish 15, 20, 30 Lance packs, it's still maybe 5% of the entire line of minis that are available. And so one of the Alpha Strike cards within each of the Lance packs actually points you to an Ironwood Metals mech and says, hey, here's these great 4 miniatures in plastic, and here's this other metal mech that you can get as a great substitute that works well with these. And so it's a great way to show, hey, you can quickly dive in and enjoy, but if you start to fall in love with it, here's this whole other massive line of mechs that we're never going to do in plastic, but that are there to start that side of the hobby. The other thing I'm excited about is, I'm very blunt when I say that we've been trying to do plastics for a couple years now, and we've been kicked in the teeth, and it's been a hard uphill battle, and we are finally starting to resolve some of those issues. And one of my biggest goals in doing these Lance packs is we're actually producing 8 of them all simultaneously. So then they'll come into the warehouse, and we'll release 2 at the start in the fall, and then every 2 to 3 months we'll just drop 1 out. And so then we'll have 12 to 15 months worth of Lance packs releases that fans and retailers know are just rock solid, locked into place.
Wow. Okay, well, let's move on back to Shadowrun.
Sure.
The introductory box set. Where is that at?
So the introductory box set fell amiss once again to those we were trying to be too ambitious. If anyone has seen, even the Battletech introductory box set, I think, is a fabulous price for the just sheer volume of stuff you get in there.
I haven't seen what's in it.
And then, I meant the Battletech introductory box set.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And then same thing with Leviathans. Anyone who's seen the Leviathans box set knows that there's just an amazing amount of material in there. So we tried to do the same thing, unfortunately. The fan and the developer side kind of got in the way of the business side, and we were just cramming so much in there, we realized that, we just can't put as much material in there. And so then we had to take a little bit of time to split it into 2, and then there were some production issues. So ultimately, the Shadowrun introductory box set that we originally were talking to people, that actually doesn't exist anymore, and it won't ever exist.
Oh, I see
So, but it's been split into 2 items now that are much more focused. So we have the beginner box set now. And the beginner box set is a $20 box that is actually right in line with Fantasy Flight's great Star Wars Edge of the Empire box. So it's got some dice, it's got 4 character sheets that are laminated, it's got an adventure, a little universe book, just a nice, quick, fast taste for $20. People can jump into it. You can, if you're a super fan of the game and are looking for, hey, I know you guys role play this, you can actually buy it, give it to them as a gift, which I've seen plenty of people do, and say, here it is. Okay, so there's the beginner box set. The next box is actually called the Runner's Toolkit Alphaware. And what that is that actually serves a couple of roles. One, it can be the perfect bridge between the beginner box set into Shadowrun 5th edition. It can also be for players that are playing 4th edition and are starting to look at 5th edition and thinking, maybe I'd like to start transitioning over. There's just a ton of tools within that box. So there's, again, there's like 4 character sheets. There's like an 88-page book of, like 6 different adventures and like 20 pages of contacts and GM's advice. There's a universe book. There's, man, I know I'm forgetting stuff. There's rules, a very stripped down, streamlined version of the rules. So somebody could actually buy just that one box and still play. So if somebody looks, if somebody is a diehard role-playing game person who knows role-playing game rules really well, they might decide to skip right over the beginner box set and jump for Alphaware.
Which one of the 2 boxes has character creation?
Actually, neither one of them do.
Really?
Yeah. Ultimately, really Shadowrun is 3 games in 1. There's combat, there's matrix, and there's magic. And so to get and that's not even talking about rigging, which is kind of this other portion in the game. And so to give even a stripped down version of all 3 of those in a way that wouldn't leave somebody who wants to play the mage or the street samurai or the decker, leaving them feeling like, hey, you kind of shortchanged me on rules. We just had to make the cutoff and go, we just can't put character creation in there. So as it stands now, character creation still is just in Shadowrun 5th edition. So those 2 boxes are at the printer right now. We're hoping to have them at Gen Con. If not, they'll certainly be out in the fall.
That's good to know. I mean, man, too big for one box, so they make 2. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.